I say to you that there is in operation at the present time a conspiracy to sell, and I use the word sell advisedly, this country to the Dominion of Canada.
Tonight, I invite you to the windswept shores of Newfoundland, where European settlers, the founding stock, built communities from the sea's bounty and forged a culture that defines us. The story of who these settlers were, where they planted their roots, and how they shaped our identity is one of grit, diversity, and an enduring love for this rugged land. Newfoundland's European settlement began with John Cabot's 1497 voyage, claiming the island for England. By the late 1500s, migratory fishers from England, France, Spain, and Portugal swarmed the Grand Banks, lured by cod so abundant you could pull them from the water by hand. The English were the first to stay, settling the Avalon Peninsula in the early 1600s. St. John's became a bustling hub, while Cupid's saw John Guy's 1610 colony, one of North America's earliest. Ferryland and Harbour Grace followed, founded by West Country English from Devon and Dorset. These fishers, toughened by the sea, built outports, small, self-reliant fishing villages, dotting the eastern shores from Bonavista to Trepassey. The French, seeking their own stake, established Plaisance, now Placentia, on the south coast by the 1660s, a fortified base for fishing and defense. French settlers spread along the Burin Peninsula and parts of the northern peninsula, leaving their mark in places like Port-au-Choix and Croque. Irish immigrants escaping famine and hardship poured in during the 1700s, concentrating on the Avalon Peninsula, St. John's, Conception Bay, and the southern shore. By the 1800s, the Irish were nearly half the population, their brogues echoing in outports like Tax Beach and Renews. Scottish settlers, though fewer, arrived in the 1800s, settling in St. John's and Cowboy Valley, bringing trade skills and a Presbyterian work ethic. Each group chose areas suited to their trades. English along the cod-rich eastern coast, French in strategic southern and western coves, Irish in the fertile Avalon, and Scots in urban and western pockets. The fishery was their lifeblood. Cod, salted and dried on flakes, built economies and communities. Outports, often just a handful of families, fostered fierce bonds where neighbors shared nets and meals. St. John's grew as a trading hub, its wharves alive with English merchants and Irish laborers, while Placentia's French roots lingered in its fortified charm. This blend of settlers shaped Newfoundland's culture in ways we still feel. The English brought mummering, folk tales, and Anglican hymns filling winter nights with masked revelry. The Irish gifted us reels, ballads, and Catholic traditions, their storytelling turning kitchens into stages. French influences wove Acadian fiddle tunes and fish stews into southern outports, while Scottish frugality strengthened trade in St. John's. Churches, Anglican, Catholic, Methodist, were cultural anchors, hosting christenings, wakes, and suppers. The sea's harsh lessons, storms, shipwrecks, and lean years bred a resilience etched into songs like the Ode to Newfoundland and jokes shared over tea. But the loss of outports like Tax Beach and Round Harbour, abandoned by 1970 and 2016 under government resettlement, tears at our soul. Homes rot, stages collapse, and graves sink into the earth, forgotten. Descendants return, building summer cabins amid the ruins, chasing echoes of laughter and lamplight. But it's not enough. The voices of our founding stock, English, Irish, French, Scottish, cry out from these forsaken coves, their songs and their stories fading with each wave. If we let our coastal communities die, we bury the heart of Newfoundland, leaving only ghosts where our heritage once sang.
Thank you.